Over the past several weeks, the world has watched in horror as the innocent people of Ukraine have been under attack by the full force of the Russian army. And while we admire the spirit of Ukrainians and the incredible defense they're mounting, we also know that a humanitarian disaster is underway. That's why our government and our federal partners are moving with no delay to get Ukrainian families out of danger zones and into Ontario through an emergency travel authorization. The people of Ukraine will always be welcome here, especially at a time when our government is facing historic labor shortages. Ukrainian applicants to Ontario's immigration nominee program are now receiving priority processing. We're also launching a dedicated hotline and email address to connect Ukrainian newcomers with local employers to help find them a job. The number is 1-888-562-4769. I'll repeat that. It's 1-888-562-4769. And the email is ukrainianjobs@ontario.ca. So if you're an employer and you want to help some really great skilled people, please go online or make a phone call. We have the jobs, we have the skills, and we want them here in Ontario where they'll be safely and warmly welcomed. But we won't lose sight of the fact that these brave people will often be coming as families, some with young kids who have just been through something that nobody should ever have to experience, most certainly not a child. And so we will have all the critical supports that these families will need once they arrive here in Ontario. Our government is investing up to $300 million. I'm going to repeat that figure, $300 million to support the Ukrainian community as they arrive to our province. I want to thank all multiple ministries. They've been working on this for weeks, and I just want to thank each and every ministry for putting together a strong plan. This will include expanded OHIP and drug coverage, emergency housing, and income support for those who qualify. We're also ensuring that elementary and high school students coming from Ukraine can attend publicly funded schools here in Ontario for free. To minimize the disruption to their education and to recognize the hardship they have just endured, we plan to offer trauma-informed counseling and other supports to students and families coming from Ukraine through a new $450,000 provincial investment in Canadian Ukrainian community organizations. To further those cultural ties, we're also establishing a new $2 million Ontario-Ukraine Solidarity Scholarship for Ukrainian citizens studying at Ontario's publicly assisted colleges and universities. And finally, our government is providing an increase of $900,000 over 3 years to the Canadian Ukrainian Immigrant Aid Society to help that agency deliver targeted settlement services to newcomers.